Tom Hannum, Colin McNutt, and crew. Went to Crossman, 97, 98. In 99, went out to Denver, got the Ralph experience, the Blue Night experience. Came back looking for a place to march in 2000. Ended up going to Crown. That's basically it. Because in 97, it was basically not the Crossman as far as people were concerned. It was all Hannum students from UMass mainly, and all the vets from 96 and in the past basically up and left because they didn't like what was going on. It was very different than what Mark Thurston, who is also great, had done with the Crossman, and their identity definitely changed. It was a great summer. It was probably my overall favorite summer, only because of how well the program was run. Tom runs the tightest ship of any program I've ever been a part of, whether it be drum corps, whether it be anything, life in general. I met Nick Angelis, who's a huge influence in my drumming, a good friend. I met Colin, I met Brian Tinkle, and it was all part of Tom's program. Without Tom's influence, I definitely would not have achieved what I've achieved. I wouldn't be who I am, whether it be on the drum or otherwise. I decided to march Blue Nights in 99 when I was still with the Crossman in 1998. I had some very close friends who were doing the Blue Night thing, and it was very hip, very, very different and cool. They weren't West Coast, they weren't East Coast, obviously. They had their own identity. Ralph was doing magical things there for many years prior and for a few years afterwards. And I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. All with Blast by sending in an audition tape. I played a snare solo, I did a marimba piece, I did a xylophone excerpt, and about a year and a half later maybe, I got the call, so I did it. It was great. I mean, you'd be outside warming up, and I would stop and be like, I'm getting paid to play snare drum on a stage. It's basically the peak of where you can go in this activity, with this right here. But it was different then. It was different. What I'm doing now, well, I moved back to New England area in 2006. I had a friend who was involved with the Brigadiers at the time, so I went up in 2007 and watched DCA finals. Now, I haven't been around DCA finals since 1996, so it was definitely a long time, a long time that I haven't seen what was going on. And I remember finals night, I walked around the lot, checked things out, and I came across the Bushwhackers, and I knew some familiar faces, even from my Crossman days, and decided to get back involved. So in 2008, me and a bunch of my DCI buddies, guys from school, guys from Blue Nights, Crossman, wherever, decided to march the Bushwhackers. And I marched in 08, 09, and this year I'm teaching. And it's interesting what goes on in DCA now, because DCA now and probably always is kind of what DCI was, let's say 10 to 15 years prior. And I happen to like that. I'm going to play some excerpts from solos in the past, some things that were taken on stage, some things that I've just kind of accumulated through the years. I mean, Blast was a long time ago. We're talking 8 years. So I really never stopped drumming. So there it is.